Hello everyone, silhang here with another video guide, and it's going to be deck build for Spellstorm deck or Spellslinger deck, blue and black. Let's hop into the game. And yeah, here's the library, and we'll start with some card introduction and shenanigans, or a possible cards which you can substitute, and so on. So we are starting with the fact that this is going to be a glint deck. Glint is actually at the moment kind of bugged. It's not working as supposed. And once it gets fixed, we'll make an updated video with a version which is working very well. But if glint is how it is, we will just run it with the glint, because why not, right? So let's start with the combinations of the cards. For the blue, there are 4 mandatory cards which we need to keep in deck, which is Glint, Spellstorm, Thought Cadence, and Concentrate. These 4 spells are our draw mechanic, draw engine. It's keeping our hand full, and it's keeping our cards non-stop ready. Every time we use something, we get an already new card. We are not waiting for getting the new cards. It's good to have them a little bit leveled, because they are enchantments, Thought Cadence and Spellstorm, and as they are leveled, they are longer duration, which is a little bit better if there is like a dead time window where there are no minions around us. Then it's a little bit more flexible with other spells for blue. There are possibilities of damaging spells like Psionic Strike, Tidal Wave, Tornado, Icicle is okay. I love personally Phantasmagoria, and I run Phantasmagoria. Since my build is suffocating artifact build, I'm trying to run as many as possible black spells, so I'm running only 4 blue cards for the draw engine and Phantasmagoria. Now, another reason why we are running black color is that we are running Dark Gamble. This game is really about the mana regeneration, and there are few cards in the game which are enabling us such synergies. One of them is Dark Gamble, and another one is in green, and it's called Rampant Growth, which means this deck is possible to run in blue-black or blue-green. I will explain later why the greater mana regeneration is so important once we get to the equipment, but this card is mandatory. If you don't have Dark Gamble, you will need to switch this deck to the green version and run it with the Rampant Growth. But let's follow with the black color, which I run and I like to run. Another spell, very important, Abyssal Flame is one of the best black spells, especially its executability. 50% additional damage to foes with 50% or less health. Good for sustain and healing, Leech Outbreak. Infest, or lesser vulnerability applying. Desecrate, since we are no creatures deck, we have some creatures with which we don't mind to sacrifice. Desecrate is very strong, but if you don't want to use Desecrate, there are some other options. You can either switch to the blue damaging spell or just keep using Desecrate. Veiling Slows, to keep some lesser snare, a little bit of control on our enemies, and crazy strong against bosses and champions and elites and legendaries, Parasitic Infection. So this is the combination of cards I use. Remember that those draw engine cards are necessary, and everything else is kind of based on your taste. Just by testing, you will find out which you prefer more. You can play around. Remember also to keep the greater mana regeneration. Now we'll go to the loadout and class. I highly suggest to run this with Necromancer because of his survivability and healing from all the sorceries. So you are healing a lot, and if you're taking a lot of damage, you are healing right away back. And on top of it, as I mentioned, we are running Suffocating Artifact. It's good to run Necromantic Aura together. It's possible to run this also with Geomancer, to be a little bit more mobile and a little bit more health. I think Mind Mage could be also good. If you run more control spells, 500 control rating will help you a lot. And Dimir Assassin is also doable because of 500 sorcery damage. But the free-to-play version is Necromancer. Dimir Assassin is okay-ish, but you are not going to use a lot of your secondary and utility because you are going to be super busy. Super busy. I call this build Carpal Tunnel build. You'll find out in the gameplay how much we need to press the buttons. Traits. For traits, I highly suggest Heart of Iron. Might from Unity is okay, it should give us lesser might. Possible things are also Primal Rage, also Necrotic Burst is very strong. If you don't have this information, you could run Heart of Iron, Primal Rage, and Necrotic Burst. These three are pretty cool together. But since I have this information, I usually run this information. And Necrotic Burst, Heart of Iron, and this information is going to be the better combination. The Might from Unity, I'm still not very sure if summoning of dragons from Draconic Flags trigger this. So this is more viable here. Now we open into the artifacts. So as I mentioned, our only creatures which we are summoning are dragons from Draconic Flags. We don't care about extra seconds from more creatures in deck, because what we want from Draconic Flags is we spam crazy huge amount of sorceries, and it will summon another dragon and more dragons, and every time the dragon drop on the ground, they do impact damage, and they have fire breath, they have quite strong auto attack, so they're very strong even without potency. And we have another equipment which is utilizing these dragons. As I mentioned before, suffocating here, that's why I'm running more black spells than blue spells. If you don't have suffocating, you are free to go more blue spells. Then you would probably go maybe Winter Orb, or you can go, if you will run Geomancer, you can run Aegis Charm to be more tanky when you go inside of everything, or you can run Gilded Lotus. So this is open if you don't have Suffocating Curiosity, but I highly suggest Suffocating Curiosity because it's doing a lot of damage on top of our utility as Necromancer and blue mana sorcery potency. Cursed Idol is there just for the black mana sorcery and the lesser vulnerability applying on us, but greater vulnerability applied on enemies, which is super strong. Because our great vulnerability which we have is Parasitic Infection, and it's on a single target. This is applying on every foe around us. For the lesser artifacts, I highly suggest Chromatic Sorcery potencies and Spark Recharge. So we are running Shard of Power, Demonic Aperture for the Spark Recharge, and then Wizard Tome to get more red blue mana sorcery and Chromatic Sorcery potency. Now equipment. For equipment, I would say there is only one mandatory item to keep this build functional. It's Attire of the Dark Wanderer, and you need to try to get it as high as possible. Full spell hand and cast a spell, chance to get a lesser mana regeneration. In this game, lesser mana regeneration and greater mana regeneration stack on top of it. So if you have both active and you use Mana Surge also, you will see in the gameplay, we have so much mana that we can spam spells, we keep drawing, and there's like so many spells going on, dragons and everything. It's crazy. That's why we call it Spell Slinger Spellstorm deck. If you don't have Attire of Dark Wanderer, I think it's not going to work good enough. Second item, which is almost mandatory, but it's very good to have, is Wrappings of the Occult. Sacrificing with Mana Surge, because we are Mana Surge build, is proccing 1 million plus explosions from the dragons around the dragons which we sacrifice. And it's very nice to have, because every time we want mana, for Mana Surge we sacrifice a dragon and add some damage on top of it. So this is very, very strong. If you don't have it, I would look for some spark recharge or utility recharge or utility potency. Helm of Undying Fury, very good substitute. I don't have Nemesis Mask rolled with the Reflect. If you have Nemesis Mask rolled with the Reflect, run Nemesis Mask. If you don't have, go for Helm of Undying Fury. For Ring, I went for Ring of the Unyielding because of the Spark Recharge and some secondary recharge speed. And second accessory is Slugworm Pendant for the sole reason that every time I mana surge, me and my creatures get greater might. And I have a lot of dragons, usually around 10, if I am very static and spamming too many sorceries. And dragons with greater might and then exploding, it's beautiful. The kill elite with your primary chance is not very viable. There are other options which you could get, like max health potency. That would be probably better. Control resist is good to have. At some point, a little Adjugated Graves, they are literally broken. These boots are incredible. So if you can use them, if you have the maxed, use them. They are making you sometimes almost invincible if you are proccing too much, even against Reflect. So yeah, there is even possibility to roll your team gains life from a source of your control, gain greater might. So this could be also very good mod. If we add some healing, for example, if you would run it with blue-green, Educated Graves can be a little bit stronger. But yeah, if you don't have these, you can look for some solutions, like there is Wildseer Boots for adding more sorcery potency, or for example, Initiate Boots. Some utility recharge, max health, primary potency, a little bit of everything. And they're easy to upgrade because they are common. So yeah, that was all from artifacts, equipments, class, traits, and library setup. Now we hop into the mission, master mission, like minds, with this build, and I'll show you how does it look. How does it look in the action? Okay. So we are a little bit more static with this build. So we are trying to pull bigger packs of enemies so we can use fully our rotation. And we need to set up a lot of things. So we are looking for the right card. Let's go through here. We need to set up our card engine. The gamble is there. It's good. We have mana search ready. Looking for some stronger opponent where we can go crazy. So, and there is the glint. That's our main, until they fix it, that's our main draw engine. So once we get dragon, we will see the craziness of the glint. Make sure to check the part which is like next to the most right spell. There will be a small number, and the small number means how many extra cards I have available. So dragon is here, I glint, full hand, 6 extra cards. I go Dark Gamble, Mana Search, and I can spam spells. Was the little bit setup there, but they died too fast. We'll get some legendary here, which will hopefully survive a little bit longer. We can just keep it on running. We just need to keep our Thought Cadence and Spellstorm running. Spellstorm is making our spells cheaper. Thought Cadence, if you keep rotating, you will get a lot of draws extra, and now we are going. So there is the legendary. Where did he go? There he is. And now we have a lot of card draw, a lot of spell mana, and we just rotate like crazy, stacking all the spells. My mana is not going down. I'm as you can see, I'm slamming those high mana cost spells, and I just keep drawing, keep getting stuff, still more and more cards, and I can just keep on going. The moment the spell engine is set up, you are very, very strong. And as a necromancer, you are able to heal up very, very fast from your sorcery damage. And we'll go up to the first mini boss to show you full damage. He's a little bit more tough to kill, so I can show you more the potential. It's like against the boss. Okay. Also, as we play the blue spells, we are getting greater swiftness, so we are fast in the missions. Suffocating artifact is doing a lot of damage around us, so we want to go in, because with our utility and suffocating, we are making a lot of damage around us. And now I go glint, cards, mana surge, dark gamble, and we are demolishing him with a lot of stuff. I didn't even need to sacrifice my dragon. Yeah, I could just keep spamming spells now until I would be in the combat, because you need to be in combat to keep getting mana. As you can see how fast the spells are going. It's crazy. Yeah. That's about it from the build. So yeah, if you like what you see, if you like this guide, make sure to comment below the video, like or subscribe. And good to mention is I'm streaming also Monday to Friday, occasionally on weekends on twitch.tv/silhang. So yeah, if you like what you see you on the stream or in the next video. Bye.